Hey guys, it's me. Just wanted to do another rant about DBD cross progression. I know in my previous video, I discussed about, DBD cross progression, how much I wanted, and I actually talked about the perk reworks. I mean, there's not really much to talk about other than, I said I wanted a new meta, and here it is. They, kind of nerfed Dead Hard into the ground, and nobody's really using it. They changed Ruin. Barbecue and Chili does not have the double blood points effect, so I remember one of my talking points in the DBD cross progression rant and perk rework thoughts. I remember my main point in that video was, I don't know my main point, but one of my thoughts was I just was talking about how I felt like I always needed to use Barbecue and Chili for every match, because if I didn't use it, I'd feel like I'd be missing out on blood points, and I wouldn't be as efficient in, upgrading my killers essentially. But now they fixed that. They made it so you get more blood points per match, and there's now like sometimes 100% extra blood point game just because there's not that many killers, so that's great. So the main talking point I want to discuss today is how Dead by Daylight still has not have added cross progression. I've given up on trying to progress on PC because I feel like it would just I feel like if I actually do make a decent chunk of progress, I feel like that's when they actually would release it, if they are going to. But we'll see. I've made far too much progress on my Xbox account to just straight up abandon it. There's too many cosmetics from the Rift. There's too many orc cells I've purchased. I put so much, I won't say so much money, but I put a decent amount of money into this game, and I just don't want it, to go to waste, because I want to be able to play Huntress or play Blight or any other killers that make it 10 times easier using a mouse and keyboard. So I'm just going to be waiting and biding my time using my crappy Xbox controller that has really bad stick drift and the RB button's broken. Oh, little side note, I sent that in, I used the warranty that came with it, and they sent it back to me, and it was exactly the same, so I don't really know what was the point of that. Just basically went a whole week without having my controller. I mean, not really the end of the world, but I don't know, it was pretty frustrating. I haven't paid like $10 or something like that, or to get back to me faster. And they just took one look and like, oh, yep, we tried, send it back to me. Literally nothing changed. At first I thought they gave me a new controller because they cleaned it and stuff, but stick drift was just as bad. Actually, it's gotten much worse. But I mean, I'm not here to rant about my controller. I'm here to rant about cross progression. I'm just saying, like, I made way too much progress on my Xbox account just to straight up abandon it. Like, it's just like such a simple thing to add, like just being able to add cross progression. Like even games like Geometry Dash have cross progression, so it really is like Geometry Dash is made by just one dude, I'm pretty sure, Rob Top, just one dude, and he has cross progression, and it's like the most simple thing in the world. I just don't understand why it's that big of a hassle for this $1 million. Actually, I'm gonna go Google it right now. Hold up. Yeah, it's way more than I thought. It's $95 million in 2021, and it is 2023 now, and the game's only grown since then, so you can only imagine it's in the hundreds of thousands now, but not thousands, millions. It's just such a simple thing. They can just get one guy on, be like, yo, just get a deal with Xbox and PlayStation. They already made the deal, so like, I don't understand why it's such that big of a hassle. I mean, I'm no game developer myself, but my biggest example is Geometry Dash can do it. Geometry Dash has progress and cosmetics, and so does Dead by Daylight. That's all that you're really transferring, is just progress and cosmetics, so it's really not that much different now, is it? I feel like Dead by Daylight's in a good place right now in terms of the meta, and obviously the community's gonna be the same. It's never really changed. Still just as toxic as ever. Just last week, some guy was mad at me because I used Trickster, and funny thing, I actually didn't down anybody or even injure anybody with the knives. And he went on to say that I was abusing Trickster's special ability, like abusing. And every time I talked to him, he spammed clown emojis, so I'm pretty sure this guy was just trolling, but I couldn't be too sure because he rage quit from the game and got all of his buddies to start, I won't even say harass. I was actually having a good time. They didn't hurt my feelings at all. That if that was their intention, I actually had a good laugh, and they kept saying like, oh, oh, I'm just playing solo queue right now. If when I get my Swift together, we're gonna kick your butt tomorrow. You better be ready to accept that invite. You better use twins, and we're gonna bully the crap out of you. You're not allowed to use the meta perks, and yeah, like what? Like, what are you guys going on about? And some guy just messaged me, and like I said, next game I just used Trickster, and I was basically just an M1 Trickster. I'm really bad with the knives because I have a controller with really bad stick drift, so I look up and it just keeps drifting up at like rapid speed, so it's so hard to aim. Obviously, I'm controlling it in this match. It's a very difficult thing to control when you're aiming instead of just swinging. So I was basically just an M1 Trickster. And they go on to say that I'm abusing his knives and spamming it and pissing them off, which I find really funny. Oh, that guy almost got me 100%. Yeah, I just have like very little to no motivation to play Dead by Daylight really that much anymore until I add cross progression. It's like simple as that. I load up a game on Xbox, I think about how little fun I'm gonna have playing on controller. I almost never play as Nurse or Trickster or Huntress because of how hard it is to use them with solely controller. I was actually really hopeful the other day. I actually loaded up the Xbox app on my computer. It even made me sign into my Xbox profile, and it gave me the option to download Dead by Daylight. And this is the crazy part, because when I loaded it up, I'm pretty sure it said I was using my account, my Xbox account, so I was really excited that I was going to be able to use all my cosmetics, keep all my progress, and being able to play Blight, or, being able to easily play Huntress. And I loaded it up, and there was no progress, no nothing. It was just a fresh, clean start, and it was... I was really not happy with that at all. I mean, obviously I went into my own little rabbit hole of videos saying cross progression is coming soon because this was added to the files mentioning Xbox and supports, and they do not fool me at all. It's just bait. This is just a video. I'm just ranting about how dumb this whole thing is. Like this is like the main thing that really irks me. I really love the game. I really do. I just started hating using controllers, and I'm not gonna start over playing Dead by Daylight on a fresh new account, and screw that. On other notes, I liked the new thing they added in the mid chapter of the auto bloodpoint system, the auto bloodpoint spending system. I really like that. It's so much quicker for console, and that's a huge W on behavior for that. So I'm really happy about that. And we're in a time in Dead by Daylight where you have more than enough blood points going around, so it's actually more of a hassle to spend those blood points. And at a point, I just accumulated 2 million, and I just did not want to spend them because it took so long. And I just waited until the mid-chapter update. Now it's out, and they made it so much faster, and I can just auto. And I've already gotten one killer to prestige 3 using the auto. And this is like Ghostface. He was like level 50, prestige 0. And with all the blood points coming in and all the, using the auto blood point spending system, it was so fast getting him to prestige 3. It took me like not a couple days. It took me like a week to do it, and I'm almost done with the plague now. And she was also in the same situation. She was at level 40, and I've just been grinding a little bit lately, and she's already at prestige 2, halfway through there. So I'm getting really close to prestige 3. I just feel like in terms of progressing and going through and upgrading all the killers and survivors and all that, I feel like Dead by Daylight's in a great place to really ease the grind. And they also made all the add-ons cheaper, and just basically made everything in the Bloodwood cheaper and really much easier to buy, and that's awesome. I think that's really cool. I don't like the Skull Merchant. She is not really that fun to play. Obviously, I actually saw Art Starva's video on how she can actually be fun to play, and I think that's great. Just not a very fun... It's not good when you have to rely on a fun play style that relies on one add-on. Actually, no, I take that back. Taking Wraith into consideration, a lot of his add-ons actually overall changes his play style, and You know, and I feel like all killers should do that too. Doctor does not really have that many cool add-ons. Yeah, sure. Imaginary palettes, cool. Oh, I can see them. I can see their auras for like 2 seconds when I blast them twice. Not. I don't even use my blast that much. Yeah, as I say, as I'm blasting in the video, it's really weird. Because I really just feel like add-ons should be reworked for older killers the same way it got reworked for Trapper. That was a great rework for Trapper. It was a great rework for whoever got reworked in that one mid-chapter, like maybe like last year, 2 years ago. I can't remember. All I know is, yeah, I think it was 2 years ago actually. Dang, it was 2 years ago when the Trapper got completely reworked. Was it? I don't know. I'll look it up later, but I feel like more updates like that should actually come, and I'm very excited to see the day that they kind of change Doctor's add-ons. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't think they're fun at all. And I'm as you can tell, I'm a Doctor man in a lot of my videos, so I don't know. It's there's a lot of people I want their add-ons to get reworked, such as Pyramid Head and obviously Pinhead. I don't know about Pinhead. He doesn't really have that bad of a add-on kit, except for the one that has the deep wound effect. I don't remember what that add-on's called. It's a purple. It when a survivor breaks free from a chain, they suffer from the deep wound effect, and people abuse that by being able to tunnel survivors who have the endurance status effect, and they can just eat through that endurance status effect and just knock them down right away. So it's not really the most helpful add-on. I'm sure that wasn't even its intention either. So just get rid of the ability to eat through an endurance status effect, and that's its intended use. But I just really think a lot more killers should take inspiration from the Wraith's add-ons and how they are all kind of overall balanced, and they kind of change the playstyle in a fun way. And I don't know. I just feel like because I actually really wanted to get into Pyramid Head, but I just think his add-ons are so boring. I literally just don't want to play as Pyramid Head. It just kind of ruins it. There's a lot of killers I don't really want to play, mainly Huntress, Trickster, Nurse, Light. All those I don't really want to play right now, but if I was able to play them on mouse and keyboard, I would love to play them. Only problem, I spent so much time on this game on Xbox, I'm not gonna switch to PC. The problem, I could play it on PC, but I won't have all the perks in order to actually do good as them. And then in order to do that, I need to, upgrade all the other killers, get into prestige. It'd be such a hassle. I'd rather just wait for cross progression to be added, and hopefully soon. Because, like I said, I've been in the YouTube wormhole, rabbit hole of YouTubers saying, oh, it's coming soon, look at all the hidden files or whatever. I don't know how much of it I believe, but, you can be hopeful. The thing I like is how they actually updated the medkits to not being able to heal you like 5 times in a row. That was nice. That was a nice change. The fact that survivors cannot abuse medkits anymore. Obviously, I'm not trying to sound like a killer main who's just kind of favoring one side over the other. I do feel like there are a couple things that are super ridiculous, like how the clown still actually is able to use the pinky finger add-on. That's just ridiculous how they can just get exposed status effect right away, and it's such a problem. They should just completely change that. It's not fun. There's a lot of killer things that still need to be changed that I cannot think about off the top of my head, but I just also thought the medkit update was good. I'm happy they didn't keep the stupid healing added another for 8 seconds. If they really wanted to go that way, I just think they should have gotten like 2 survivors healing is normal, and then solo healing is that long. How much was it? 24 seconds? I think it was 24 seconds. Either way, however much longer it took, it was simply ridiculous on how long it took. I wouldn't blame survivors for quitting the game if that actually got released to the live servers. That PTB was a mess. Same as the other PTB where they had the Mori once you downed all 4 survivors, and people literally ended the game in 2 minutes, in an actual lobby. They didn't coordinate or anything. They just could just slug everyone and just win the game, using just Bubba or Hillbilly or Nurse. It was such a problem, but I'm so glad they didn't go through with that. Whew. I mean, at first I was excited, but then like I saw the videos of people slugging right away, and I would not blame survivors for quitting the game right then and there. But other than that, there's nothing else really I really have to say. So see you in the next one.